Hello students, hope you are doing well. Let us discuss the new type of quant questions which are appeared in a recent bank examinations. Now look at this one. The cost of an apple is rupees dash, which is given a blank, and that of an orange is rupees blank. A person can buy equal number of oranges and apples at the cost of rupees 98. However, if the price of apple is increased by 1 and the price of orange is reduced by 1 at the total cost of rupees 94. The person gets 1 less apple and 1 more orange than in the previous case. Which of the following options satisfy the blanks respectively? My dear friends, just here we need to check which option satisfy the above given conditions. So, what are the options given here? The first option, it is 7 and 6, and the option number 2, it is 8 and 13, and option number 3, it's 8 and 6, option number 4, 9 and 12, and the option 5, none of these. So, none of this is the option number 5. These are the 5 options. Now, what are the conditions given here? The apples and oranges. Now, I am assuming apples, oranges as x and y. Then it is the price of an apple as well as the price of orange. What is the condition 1? Now, he purchased equal number of apples and oranges at rupees 98. Equal number means, now the number, it is a not given, hence I am assuming it as a n. What is the value? What is the value means, when you multiply the number of articles with the price, we get the value. So, what is the first guess? N into x, nx plus n into y, any, the results 98. Of course, one more condition is given, the price of apple increased by 1. Increased by 1 means x becomes now x plus 1. And whereas the price of the orange reduced by 1 means it is a y minus 1. What happened here? Now, he bought 1 less apple. 1 less apple means actual number is n. 1 less apple means n minus 1. And 1 more orange. 1 more orange means so n plus 1. So, what is the discussion here? The sum of these values is rupees 94. So, these are the two conditions. Now, we need to check which option is satisfying the given conditions. Now, let us try with the option number 1. Option number 1 is 7 and 6. If you substitute the values of 7 and 6 in the first equation, what is the first equation? N is a common here, x plus y is equal to 98. What is the value of n? N is equal to 98 by x plus y. What is x plus y? The prices of an apple and an orange. So, now the prices here I am assuming 7 and 6. What is the sum of the 7 and 6? 7 and 6 is equal to 13. Now, 98 is not a multiple of 13. Hence, it is not possible to answer with the choice one. Now, what about the second option here? 8 and 13 is given. The sum of these two values is 21. So, 21 and 98. 98 is not exactly divisible by 21. Hence, it is also ruled out. Then, what is the next one? 8 and 6. When you substitute 8 and 6 as a price of apple and orange, the sum of these two we get 14. 14 and 98, if you observe, 98 is a multiple of 14. So, what is the cancellation? The 98 by sum of these two values is 14. Simplify, results 7. What is n? N is equal to 7. Nothing but it is a integer value, one value. Now, substitute the same values here and observe whether it is satisfying the same condition or not. Now, is there any other option? Is there any other option which is satisfying this condition? Means if you substitute the values, the sum of the 9 and 12 in this place, so it will not divide the the value given in the numerator side. Means fourth one is also not possible. So, what is a possible means only third one is a possible. Now, we need to check whether it is satisfying the second condition or not. If it is not satisfying the second condition, then ultimate answer is none of this. Now, let us try here. N is equal to 7. We got n as a 7. N is equal to 7 means when you substitute here 7 minus 1 results 6. The value of x, what is the value of x? It is a 8. So, when you substitute 8 plus 1 becomes 9. Then what is the second case here? The n plus 1. N plus 1 means the value of n we got 7. 7 plus 1 means it is a 8. So, y minus 1. What is the value of y? Y is an orange value. Orange is equal to 6 rupees. So, 6 minus 1 results 5. Simplify 9 into 6 is a 54 and 8 into 5 it is a 40. Now, sum of these two is equal to 94. Yes, my dear friends. Now, this is the one value which is satisfying the given conditions in the question. Hence, the right choice is option 3. There are 45 students, boys and girls, in each of the classes P and Q. If 6 boys from P are shifted to Q, then the number of boys in the classes would be interchanged. Instead, if 5 boys from Q are shifted to P, then the number of boys in the class P would be equal to twice the number of boys in the class Q. The number of girls in the class P is blank. We need to find out, and that in the class Q is also another blank. Which of the following options satisfy the blank respectively? Yes, friends, again we need to answer the question by using the options given here. Now, look at the first option. It is a 17 and 23. The second one, 18 and 24. And the option number 3, it is a 19 and 25. And option number 4, it is a 21 and 27. The next option number 5, none of these. Now, what are the conditions given here? Total 45 students in each class. There are 2 classes. Now, class P and class Q. Now, what is the total strength here? 45 students. So, 45 students means, now how many boys and how many girls means? So, it is not well defined. The total number of students is 45. If I assume the number of boys as, for example, I am assuming it as a X boys in the class P, and whereas Y boys in the class Q. Then what about the number of girls? The number of girls is 45 minus X. 45 minus X is the number of girls, whereas in the second class, that is a class Q, it is a 45 minus Y is the number of girls. But what we need to find here? The number of girls in the class P as well as number of girls in the class Q. Right. Now, look at the condition here. What is the condition? The condition 1 is if 6 boys from P are shifted to Q. 6 boys means from this value we need to subtract 6. When 6 is subtracted means X minus 6. Then what is the result? If 6 boys are subtracted from the P and shifted to Q, then the number of boys in the class would interchange. Means the boys would interchange. When you subtract 6 from this, it will become Y. Means it is equal to Y. And when you are adding 6 here, it becomes to X. So, that is the meaning of interchange. Now, what is the second condition here? Instead, if 5 boys from Q are shifted to P, 5 boys shifted from Q. So, 5 boys means now Y minus 5. Now, 5 boys shifted to P means X plus 5. Now, what is the condition here? How these two are related means, now the boys in the class P would be equal to twice the number of boys in the class Q. The boys in the P is equal to 2 times the number of boys in the class Q. So, now which of the option satisfy these two conditions? Now, just observe here. Now, the value of Y is given as a X minus 6. When you substitute here Y as a X minus 6, what we get here? So, Y is equal to X minus 6, substitute 2 times of Y means 2 times of this, it is a 2X. Now, 2 times of 6, it is a 12. 2 times of 5, 10. 10 plus 12, it is a 22. Is equal to x plus 5. By taking variables on one side, numbers other side, we get value of x as a 27. What this x represent? The number of boys in the class P. The number of boys in class P is 27. Then what about the number of girls? When you subtract 27 from 45, results 18. So the value of this is 18. Then what is the value of y? Y is equal to, when you substitute x as a 27 here, so 27 minus 6 results 21. The value y represents, it's a number of boys in a class Q. It is a 21. What about the number of girls in the class Q? So 45 minus 21 results 24. So what we need to find? The number of girls in the class P as well as class Q. So what is the option here? 18 and 24, which is present in the choice 2. So this is the right choice. The ratio of the present ages of a couple, a wife and a husband, is 5:6. After 30 years, the ratio of the ages of wife and husband would be dash is to dash, means 2 blanks given here. Which of the following options satisfy the blanks respectively? Yes friends, this is one more example with the 2 blanks. We need to answer the question by options only. Now what is the first option? The option number 1, it is a 4:5. The option number 2, it is a 3:4. And the option number 3, it is a 25:27. And option number 4, now it is a 5:6. The option number 5, it is a all the above. All the above means the given options are satisfying the condition. Now what is the first condition here? Ratio of the ages of the wife and husband is given. So wife and husband. So how much it is? It is a 5:6. 5:6 means 5x and 6x. What is the condition 1 here? After 30 years. After 30 years means just add 30 to the wife as well as the husband and just check the age after 30 years whether it is satisfying the option 1 or not. So what is option number 1? It is a 4:5. When you simplify with 4:5, what we get here? Just by doing cross multiplication. 5 into 5, it is a 25x. 4 into 6, it is a 24x. 25 and 24 means the difference is x. Now if you observe the ratios, the denominator value is more than the numerator, means by how much here? It is differ by 1. The 1 time of 30 means x is equal to 30, but it is a negative value. The reason is both the values, the 5x of 5 and 5 times of 30 are greater than the 4 times of this part. So negative value does not exist in ages, hence it is ruled out. Similarly, check with the second option, option number 2. Option number 2 means now 5x plus 30 and 6x plus 30. Now is it equal? Now just equate it to 3:4. Simplify, what is the result? The result is now 20, the product of these two is a 20 and it is a 18. 20 is more than 18 by 2, so what we get here? 2x. Now what is the result? Again 3 and 4, if you observe, 4 is more than 3 by 1, 1 time of 30 is equal to 30. So plus 30 when you take other side becomes minus 30. Simplifying this, again we get negative value. It does not exist. Negatives does not exist in ages. Now look at the third option. The option number 3, 25:27. Now what is the answer here? 5x plus 30 and 6x plus 30 now equated to 25/27. Now simplify friends. What is the product of these two? The product of these two is a 135x, and whereas the product of these two is equal to, it is a 150. 150 and 135 difference is 15x. Now what is the next cancellation here? Now if you observe, it is more than numerator by 2, so 2 times of 30 results 60. Now it goes exactly 4 times. It is resulting a positive number. Positive number means yes, this is the one value which is satisfying the given conditions. Now, what about the next option? If you observe, next option is a one more ratio is given and the fifth option is all the above. Now, when the first and second are not satisfying, means it is not possible to. This option is not possible. Then what is the right choice here? Only option 3 is the right choice for this question. P by Q is a fraction where P and Q are coprimes. The fraction becomes 2 by 3 when an integer is subtracted from the numerator and the same integer is added to the denominator. What can be the values of the P and Q respectively? Now, what is given here? P and Q are the coprimes. Yes, friends, coprimes means the numbers which are divisible by 1 only. 1 only means the highest common factor is 1. Right. In it, two consecutive numbers are coprimes, but here in the options, now two consecutive numbers is given here as a 5 and 6, and 8 and 5, and 10 and 7, and 11 and 9. Of course, all these numbers common factor is 1 only. Now, which of the following is satisfying the condition? Now, option number 1, 8 and 5, the first choice. Now, choice 2, it is a 10 and 7. Choice number 3, it is a 5 and 6. Choice number 4, it is 11 and 9. And the choice number 5, none of these. So, it is not given in the above options. Right, these are the 5 choices. Now, the condition given here is P by Q is a fraction when integer is subtracted from the numerator and the same integer is added to the denominator. Means I am assuming the integer as x when it is subtracted from the numerator and added to the denominator, then what is the result? It becomes 2 by 3. So, P minus x by Q plus x is equal to 2 by 3. Now, what are the values of P and Q? Of course, P and Q are the coprimes. For all these numbers are coprimes. Now, let's try with the first option as 8 and 5. So, 8 and 5 means when you substitute 8 and 5 here, what we get as x. Now, substitute. Now, when you take 8 and 5, so 8 minus x by 5 plus x is equal to 2 by 3. Now, what is the value of x means by doing cross multiplication we get. Now, what is the best way to find out the x value means simplify. Now, 8 into 3, 24 and 2 into 5, it's 10. 10 and 24, the difference in these two is 14. Now, same number is subtracted and added on either side. Hence, we need to add the given ratios. What is the sum of the ratios? 5. 5 times of x, it is a 5x. Simplify, you will get x as a 14 by 5. 14 by 5 is not an integer, it is a fraction. Now, what about the second option? So, here it is not giving an integer value. Hence, the first one is ruled out. What about the second case? Now, 10 and 7. So, 10 minus x by 7 plus x is equal to 2 by 3. We need to check whether it is satisfying. So, for which option? Now, what is the cancellation? What is the simplification here? Now, 3 into 10, 30, 2 into 7, 14. 30 and 14, the difference is 16, which is equal to 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. 5 times of x is equal to 5x. Of course, it is also not resulting the integer value. Hence, it is also ruled out. So, what is the next option here? 5 is and 6. So, when you observe 5 and 6 as a P and Q value, so 5 minus x by 6 plus x is equal to 2 by 3. Solving this, the product of 3 and 5, it is a 15, 2 and 3 is a 12. So, 15 and 12 difference is equal to 3. Now, what we get on the other side? Now, minus x plus x means we need to add these two values. So, sum of the ratios is 5. 5 into x is equal to 5x. Of course, it is also not an integer. So, x is equal to 3 by 5. Again, it is a fraction. Means it is also ruled out. So, what about the next option? 11 and 9. Let's check with 11 and 9. 11 minus x by 9 plus x is equal to 2 by 3. Now, check it. What is the product of the 3 and 11? It's a 33. And the product of 2 and 9, it is a 18. 18 and 33. The difference in these two values is a 15. Now, again, minus x and plus x means we need to add the ratios. Now, what is that? 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. So, 5 into x is a 5x. When you simplify, results 3. What is the integer value? 3. So, x is the number which is satisfying as a 3 in this case. What is the right choice for this example? It is a option number 4. So here if you observe 11 and 9 are the numbers which are divisible by only 1 and they are called as co-primes. After a new captain is appointed, a team won 70% of the 40 matches it played. Before the new captain was appointed, the same team won dash percentage of dash matches it played, but the overall success rate is exactly 50%. Which of the following options satisfy the blanks respectively? Yes friends, again this question we need to answer by using options. Now look at the first option. The option number 1, it is a 0% and 16. So 16 is the number of matches played before new captain appointed. Now look at the option number 2. It is a 1% and 18 matches. Option number 3, 5 by 9% and the number of matches 18. And the option number 4, 3% and the number of matches played, it was 22. And the option number 5, it is satisfying both 1 and 3. So these are the options. Now what are the conditions given here? The matches played before a new captain appointed. Now I am assuming the matches as a M and W as a number of matches 1 and the other one is a percentage. Let us assume the X matches played before joining the new captain. So what is the number of matches 1? It is not given. We need to find, and whereas percentage, it is not given. So whereas I am assuming the number of matches 1 as a Y. So before joining the new captain, the matches played X and the number of matches 1, it's a Y. Now what happened here? After joining the new captain, the number of matches played is a 40 and the percentage, it's a 70. 70% of the matches won after joining the new captain. What is 70% of 40? 70% of 40 means percentage and zeros get cancelled. Remaining is 7 into 4 results 28. So this is the number of matches won by the team after a new captain joined. Now what is the next point here? The second point is the overall percentage, the overall success rate is exactly 50%. So overall percentage means, now this is the overall, it is a 50%. So what is the overall percentage? Just look at the condition given here. But the overall success rate is exactly 50%. 50% is the number of matches played overall, it is a X plus 40. And the number of matches won, it is a Y plus 28. How these two are related means, now the value of this Y plus 28 is equal to 50% of the total number of matches played. 50% means it is a half of the value. Simplify, results X value. So what is the value of X means? X plus 40. X plus 40 is equal to 2Y plus 56. The value of X is equal to, it's a 2Y plus 16. It is an equation with two unknown variables. Now let's try the options. Now look at the first option. The number of matches played, it's a 16. When the number of matches played is a 16, then what is the percentage? What is the percentage means? Now just look at X value as a 16. When you substitute X as a 16, so 16 minus 16 results 0. So what is the value of Y means? Now just observe, X is equal to 16, the Y is equal to 0. What is its percentage? What is its percentage means? 0 by 16 into 100. So what is the result? It's a 0%. It is satisfying the condition 1. So 1 is satisfied here. What about the second case? If you observe the second one, now 18 matches he played. When you use 18 as X value, whatever the value of Y, 18 minus 16 results 2. So 2 is equal to 2Y means Y is equal to 1. When Y is equal to 1 means what is the percentage? So 1 upon 18 into 100, simplify, results 5 by 9%. But what is given here? 1%, which is not satisfying. Look at the third example. Third example here, 18 matches he played. 18 matches he played. What is the number of matches. Y, what is the value of 5 means 18 minus 16 results 2. 2y is equal to 2 means y is equal to 1. So, what is the value of 1 by 18? It is a 5 by 9%. Now, what is the percentage given? It is a 5 by 9. So, what is the condition here? The statement, option 1 and option 3 are satisfying this condition. So, what is the right choice for this means both 1 and 3 is a right answer. So, choice is option 5.